Got my guy here, King Asian Math. What's up, King Asian Math? What up, though?
Hey, what's up, fam? What's up?
Hey, man. Look, do a quick pop up real quick, man. Just want to chop it up with you about them fights last night. Oh my God. And the story of the night, Jaron Boots Ennis calling out Errol Spence Jr. What you think of that, homie?
Oh man, hey, he could talk it, but he gonna have to walk it. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm gonna give him his credentials. I'm gonna give his shot. I'm gonna give his props. I did pick him to win. He made my prediction look good. Matter of fact, he, of course. Excuse me, just 1 second. 1 second.
Uh-oh. It ain't COVID, is it? Ain't is it Kush or COVID?
No. I was.
You know,
it's neither one. First, let's give him his flowers. Let's give him his props.
Yes, sir.
Quite sure a lot of people didn't predict the first round. A lot of people did predict the KO, myself included.
Absolutely.
I went 6 round. The earliest I said was 4. He did it in 1. Spectacular fashion. Kudos to him. The guy came in pretty much game. You know, he talked a lot of talk. You know, it was interesting for about 30 seconds. And then hey, Boots did his thing. You know what I'm saying? So post-fight, a lot of, you know, commentators like, hey, what's next? You know, you barely broke a sweat. You know, you looked good. And you got him up out of there. First, even before that, Blur Cobb got in his face. So a lot of people probably don't know who that is, but we'll discuss that later on.
We're gonna be back tonight for the
I'll get into that. I'll get into that. But after he pretty much dismissed Delorme, big names came up. Cobb is not a big name, but we'll get to that. Like I say,
Blair.
I ain't hear you.
Some people might know him as Blair the Flair, and
and
he signed to Golden Boy Promotions, and they got into a war of words after Boots's fight at the, you know, he came back down, he had changed clothes, you know, doing this little media scrum, and Blair the Flair is still there, and after the press conference, we're gonna talk about that tonight.
Yeah, that's right. But let's get to the big fish.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I like how you did that. I like how you did that. You snuck that in. Let's get to the big fish. Let's do it.
Yeah. You know, they bagged them into the corner like Boots looks spectacular. Your name on everybody's tongue. You're in the headlines. Yada yada yada. And the main event had Jamal James hadn't even fought yet. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's the headline all of a sudden. You know, which deservedly so. You know, he looked good. I can't take that away.
So look, the word is. So what do you think of the? I want all the big names. I want Crawford. I want Porter. I want Thurman, Spence, Ugas. Do you think he's ready for those guys, in your opinion?
Man, I mean, that you're gonna have to break that down to a percentage. This is just my answer, and I get into a little bit more tonight when you go full live. I know, you know, we squeezing a lot into this, but right now, I think he's probably 30% ready for them names that he shouted out. And some of them, you know, he just gonna be food for. You know what I'm saying? His percentages go as far as if he's looking to be successful. If he just want to get in there and just to get that experience, just say, hey, I got them on that resume. Okay, cool. And we can run it back later. Cool, no problem. But if he's just looking to, hey, I'm looking, you know, to get these titles and be undisputed, he's not going through that murderous road unscathed. I don't think whoever come on and start talking that talk later on tonight, you know, you could bring this little clip back up and be like, okay, let's go ahead and run that $100 a fight. You know what I'm saying?
What? You own it. You own it.
No, I fucks with Boots. I've been saying this name, but we talk. This is a whole, just like as they've been repeating all night, even in the Zapata fight. It's levels to this shit, right? Mm-hmm. What after all them KOs, niggas levels to this shit. Even down there when Cobbs came and get, dude, it's levels to this shit. So why things change when he's calling out the big names? It's levels to this. And I you know, I appreciate you letting me get my vent off. I know you're gonna vent tonight. But I ain't gonna put words in you. I'm quite sure you gonna say he's not ready for all that. But you ain't gotta say nothing right now. This me. I'm gonna wait till tonight. I'm definitely tuning in. But I think he should stick. You know, it's still other names out there, Ortiz. That's still more something he probably want to, entertain to really catapult him up there, and he could really test to see where he's really at as a rangefinder fight. And there's some other names, like I said, we'll throw out there. Shit, I mean, he didn't even say Garcia. That's a in Philly fight. Nigga, fight for the best of Philly. Or am I tripping?
Top 5, homie.
Doesn't. But the question you say, is he ready for the top 5? Is he ready? That's Murderous Row right there. What he just named, you already know. That's Murderous Row. Is he ready for that? Can he walk down that? Can he walk down that road and come out unscathed? Can he come out like Mayweather? You know what I'm saying? Now that would be impressive if he can, but I don't think. But he's saying the big names, like you say. He said Spence, he said Crawford, he said Porter, he said Thurman, and I'm like,
he said Garcia is B level at best at 47. What you think of that? He B level at best, homie. What you think?
Okay, at best, that's a good rangefinder for Boots Ennis to see where he is at. Was Delorme a good rangefinder to see where Boots at? Okay, you could get Delorme out.
I told all of y'all before that fight, and just does nothing for Boots Ennis. Does nothing other than a paycheck right here before Thanksgiving and Christmas. It was a showcase. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even really think he got to showcase too much. Now, when y'all talk about a shot fighter, that's what we talk about. He fought back a little bit, but even when he got down, he thought about getting up, and that's why he barely beat that 10 count. He barely beat that 10 count on purpose, homie. Well, I ain't gonna say on purpose because he did get hit with some good shots. So I take that back. I take that back. I don't mean to say he laid down. He got hit, bro. He definitely got hit. And got hit with some good shots. I like the fact Boots did do it from the southpaw stance. I think that showed some wrinkles in his game that some people didn't see on this big stage. What about you? The fact that he finished with a southpaw already got people comparing him to Crawford already. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah. So I thought I might have sent you a clip. They said they got him better, as in that. Tool in the Switch Army knife. They say he is better. They say who is knocking people out like this early, this convincingly, like this. One of the announcers. I have all the facts when I pull up because I do got that clip. And one of the announcers saying it. But I mean, who are they? Are they better boxing analysts than us? Do they know more than us? But these are people would say main media experts, boxing experts. This is what they're clamoring. So yeah, was I surprised that he did it in that fashion? No. I mean, was I impressed? Yeah. Was I surprised? No. I mean, we Boots is not new, in these talking circles. You know what I'm saying? But he feel like his name been talked enough to where, like, now I'm ready to kick the door in. You know what I'm saying? No, I always use the reference. You remember back in the grade school, the girlfriend, you see the little girl outside jumping real fast, ready to jump in the double dutch. The bitch, is you gonna jump in or not? You know what I'm saying? just jumping back and forth, and that's him. He like, nigga, he ready to go in. You know what I'm
saying? Yo, where my drop set? Yo, hold on. Let me let Shelton more.
Hey, man.
Welcome home.
How y'all doing today on this beautiful Sunday?
Yeah, hey, man, so I'm doing a quick pop-up episode while my wife at the grocery store, and she's she doing some errands. So I was like, man, let me chop it up with the homies real quick about these fights before tonight. I don't want to wait till tonight. I'm so excited about the show tonight, man.
Right. Well, this is what I got to say, man. What Asian Math is saying. What's up, Asian Math? You my guy, bro.
Yes, sir.
What he's saying is correct. That is a murderer's row that you named off. Crawford, Porter, Spence, Ugas. That's the top of the division right there.
He said Thurman too. He said Thurman as well.
Well, Thurman ain't fought in 2 years, so we don't know what Thurman got.
Okay.
Let me get my
Fair.
get back. After
We
I
don't
get
know
my
what
get
Thurman got.
back, then I can jump in there with somebody like Boots Ennis.
Yeah, he ain't ready. But he don't even know. But wait a minute, he don't even know who Boots Ennis is. Remember?
Oh yeah, which is Cat. Oh
Yeah,
my
he don't even
God,
know
we
who
got to
that
talk
is.
about all of that tonight, bro.
Yeah, he don't even know who that is. So I bet you he know now. But
Yo, Reggie Owens. Oh yeah, I don't mean to cut you off. Reggie Owens had a crazy reaction to Zepeda Vargas knockout. If you get a chance, matter of fact, I'm gonna share it in my community tab. So check my community tab, and you're gonna love it.
Vargas
go ahead,
talked
give me your
himself
take
into
on.
ass with him.
Give me your take on Boots, man. Love the kid. I got an interview with his father. His father said they wanted Ugas, Jamal James, Thurman. We definitely gonna talk about Jamal James, the stoppage. How did he look? Did the layoff affect his performance? We're gonna talk about all that as well tonight.
Right.
But what do you think about Boots? Is he ready for the bright lights? Because all of this shit look good, but he ain't been under the big lights yet.
Well,
And
let's look back at
that was even a scheduled 10 rounds. It wasn't even scheduled for 12.
Let's look back at the history of boxing.
Let's talk.
At 22 years old, did we know Thomas Hearns was ready for the bright lights?
That was before my time a little bit, OG, but
we didn't know.
Look at the age he was. Okay, no.
He fought Sugar Ray Leonard at 22 years old. Okay. Sugar Ray Leonard was 24. If this guy say he ready, and his handlers say he ready, put him in there. Let's see what he got.
I thought you were gonna give some more examples, King Shelton, because
I give you another one. James Toney was 22 years old when he knocked out Michael Nell.
Mike Tyson, 19.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the anomalies right there. Mike was just special. He was something different. But I'm talking about just in the history of boxing. James Toney was 22 years old when he knocked out Michael Nell.
Mm-hmm.
This man is 24 years old and he got 28 fights, 26 knockouts.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna say he ain't ready? When is he gonna be ready then? You got to put him in there to see what he got. Now we know the politics of boxing. He's not gonna get Virgil Ortiz, which I think he'll stop. But he's not gonna get Virgil Ortiz. They're gonna marinate that fight to 54. The top guys are not gonna take a high risk, low reward fight with this guy because this guy don't bring in no money yet. So he needs to be looking more along the lines of Butayev, who dog walked Jamal James last night.
But he declined.
That can be made.
Okay.
That's a fight that can be made.
Yeah. He declined it. They brought that up. He said he's looking at Ugas because he was promised Ugas and eliminate about.
There it is. There it is right there. If he was promised Ugas, feed him to Ugas. Let's see.
No, Butayev was.
Oh, Butayev wants Ugas. Let Butayev have that fight. He earned it. He just knocked out the regular champion, right?
Right, correct.
Give him his fight. But that's dependent on if Ugas can get past Stanionis. Because we don't know. Stanionis is 22 years old. We don't know if Ugas can beat that guy.
True.
Ugas got to win his fight first. It might be Butayev and Stanionis fighting for the super championship. You see what I'm saying? We got to let this shit play out.
Now, Shelton, I wanted to wait till tonight, but I'm itching because I want to hear what people, they bagged him in the corner and they threw the big fish at him. And he was like, he can eat that. He can handle that and all that. He ain't going to choke on the bones. Give me a brief segment of what you got to say about that.
And this is what I got to say about that. I love Errol Spence as a fighter. But coming off a 1.5 year layoff, that is not the guy you want to fight. I don't care what your ego tells you. I don't care what your people tell you. I don't care what your fans tell you. You need a tune-up, brother. Because you jump in there with Boots right now, he gonna tear your ass up. Because he hungry. He young. He big. He physical. And in my opinion, he ready. So you need to fight somebody else. Go fight a Ugas if he still got the belt. Don't jump in there with Crawford right off the rip. Don't do that.
Well,
fight your mandatory that been waiting for 3 years to get his fight. Fight him. But don't jump in there with the Bootses, the Crawfords, the Ugas. Don't do that right off of a 1.5 year layoff, bro. It's not gonna end well for you.
Hey, look, because that's what I was saying too, Shawn Moore. King Asian Map. I was saying the exact same thing. Like, if they were talking about these guys aren't ready, when will they be ready? Because they're not gonna like morph in age. He's always gonna be what 12. Like, how old is Crawford? 34.
34.
And how old is Boots?
24.
24. They're always gonna be 10 years apart. Like, so
Always.
either, like, yeah, right. It's always gonna be either he was too young or Crawford was too old. The longer I mean, Crawford's gonna be too old if y'all wait too long. And right now, they saying he too young. Like, it's a lose-lose or win-win. Like, you just gotta let the fights happen. Same thing with Virgil Ortiz. They were saying he's too young. I was like, okay, well, y'all want to wait till the other guys who are already in their 30s get even older or get more damage and punishment, because they're going to keep getting championship experience, fighting at the highest of the highest level, getting the best of the best sparring. Boots can't get good sparring. I mean, can't get great sparring. They get good sparring, like his dad said, but they can't get the top sparring because they don't have the budget for the fights, or the guys don't want to do it because the guys that they want, they going into the more expensive training camps. The Porter get them. Bud Crawford get them. Spence get them. Thurman can get them. Like, these guys, and some of these sparring partners be loyal to those camps too. They be like, nah, because we can't give you tips. You know what I'm saying? They don't just pay you to spar, they pay you to keep the secrets too.
Exactly. That part.
You got the floor.
So the thing is this, man. I mean, I'm with you. You know, they keep saying he ain't ready. They keep saying Virgil ain't ready. Well, the big topic on Virgil is he fighting all the top competition. So if he fighting top competition right now, when is he gonna be ready? Throw him in there, man. Let's stop putting these fighters under witness protection. Let them all fight each other. Throw them in there. That's what we want as boxing fans. That's at least that's what I want as boxing fan. I don't know about y'all.
Hell yeah, but look, a lot of these boxing fans be more fans of the promoter, the network. We talked about it. Some of these dudes, they love boxers more than they love boxing.
Exactly.
Which is
and the sport's gonna continue. And the sport's gonna continue. Absolutely. I thought it was dead when Ali retired. I thought it was dead when Ray and Hagler and them retired. The sport kept going, did it not?
Right. Hey, look, that's another question. Did they think was Spence ready for Ali?
Exact 7 fights. Was he ready? We didn't know until he got in there, right?
Y'all, I was hearing, I was witnessing it. I was a young buck. I was a young buck.
Yeah.
But I
didn't know, except for y'all in St. Louis, ain't nobody picked Spence to win that fight.
Right. And to be
you
honest,
did not live in St. Louis, nobody picked Spence to win that fight.
No, and I get it because I was looking through the glasses of just strictly, immaturity. You know what I'm saying? Just naive.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I would have cried if he would have lost, but it was like, hey, I don't see him lose. But what did I see at 12, 13 years old? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You see this big, you know what I'm saying? And he like, yeah, I'm ready, whopping all that. Okay, yeah.
Exactly. And he pulled it off. Kudos the late great Leon Spinks. He pulled it off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, brother. No, go ahead.
Let me ask y'all, who would y'all like to see Boot face next? Bud Porter winner, Thurman, Spence, or Ugas?
I like to see him in there with a Thurman or the Bud Porter winner. I want to see him in there with a top guy, because as we saw from last night, you keep feeding him these B-level, C-level guys, he gonna keep mashing them. Because the eye test tells you a lot, and you can see this guy is special. He got skill. You saw how he switched for that knockout. He switched to southpaw for that knockout. He ate 2 good shots from Delorme. Delorme didn't go down like no Bambi, like no deer. Delorme went down fighting. He hit that boy with 2 straight good right hands, and the boy walked right through him.
And that's when he got dropped again, and he was like, let me take my time getting up this next time.
Exactly.
Let me take my time. So I'm gonna take 11 seconds to get up.
People always want to shit on the eye test, but the eye test can tell you, if you know what you're looking for, the eye test can tell you. And from the eye test, man, put him in there with anybody, put it this way, like I put in the comments. If you are a professional fighter, and Boots Ennis weighs in at your weight class, you got an issue.
Well, only
got a
little
problem.
push I give on that. Remember, Erickson Lubin not even good 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, but this guy right now will knock out Erickson Lubin right now. Erickson Lubin is not on this guy's level.
Ooh.
And can't nobody tell me that. Even
Probably
with all the improvements he made
I
under
should
Kevin
say that for
Cunningham.
tonight. I should say that for
Yeah, this guy right here will knock out Erickson Lubin right now. This guy will beat Jamel Charlo right now.
Who, Boots?
Boots will beat
Let's say
Jamel
it for tonight,
Charlo
Mark.
right
Let's say it for tonight, Mark.
Right now.
We got a little more time. We got a little. I told you this is a pop-up episode, but I got a little time. I got about another 30, 40 minutes. So if anybody want to jump in, I'll drop the link. You know what I'm
Boots
saying?
Ennis will beat Brian Castano right now.
No, Shelton Moore dropping bombs, man.
So I don't want to hear that he ain't ready shit. Put him in there.
No,
Let's see what he got.
Put him in there. But like a lot of people was echoing last night, especially all the fighters that was won and some out artists and the trainers. It's levels to this.
Yeah, it is levels to it. It is levels to it. But we've been watching Thomas Delorme for a minute, have we not?
Yeah, I remember the Earl.
I've been watching him. Hey, look, I've been watching him look the same way. On that,
you have not seen him get knocked out in the first round by anyone, have you?
But he's getting older too, and he's been getting knocked out more and more.
32 years old is not that much old. He's 32 is not bad. 32 is not that much older.
He's in his prime, matter of fact.
How many times he got knocked out though?
He been knocked out, but in the 8th round, the 9th round, the 10th round, not the first round.
Quicker, Shelton Moore. He
not
lost
the first
6 times,
round.
3 of them by knockout, but some of those been like he should have been. They should have let that shit end a lot earlier, bro.
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. Like I say, I'm gonna say this, man.
A lot of punishment, bro. He's on a 3-fight win. Hold on, let me say this. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, bro.
Yes, he is. But I'm gonna say this. Like I said earlier, I'm not into putting fighters in no witness protection.
Oh, I ain't mad
he
either,
said
because he
wants the guy.
He's fighting Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like the guys that he's losing to, you know, he had a majority draw with Jesse Vargas. I know y'all remember that. But Jamal James won't no slouch. He beat Jamal James. I mean, he lost to Jamal James. Stanionis, we're gonna see how good he really is pretty soon.
Yeah, exactly. But my thing is this, man. My thing is this. He say he ready. He got 28 fights. He ready. How much more experience does he need?
And his KO percentage is high 80s, low 90s.
Yeah. How many fights do Errol Spence got?
But some of them guys, though, let's be clear. Some of them guys.
How many fights do Errol Spence got, Mark?
Oh, don't get me on Errol Spence's record. Y'all know I'll butcher his record because.
How many fights do you got? That's all I'm asking.
Don't tell me that, bro, because I'll get on EJ real quick because EJ supposed to be campaigning, supposed to be this welterweight, but look at the weights he fought in. A lot of those times he didn't have to weigh 147. He weighed in 149, 152. Like he couldn't make 147 for a long time. Shout out to Boxing Syndicate. He said, yo, his camp, they was too excited to have him. They loved him too much, and they let him cheat the game. And you can't find the game. And
so
he did it backward. Hold on, I know that's your boy King Gage Math. I'm gonna let you get your bars off. I just want to say this: he did it backwards. Like a lot of those early fights, that's when you should have had that discipline. And now you don't got the big checks, and it's hard to keep him disciplined, yo. Because he was being able to weigh in 147. I mean, 149, 148, 150. Man, don't get me on Errol Spence's record. I put it on the screen and let y'all see those weights that Errol Spence came in when he's supposed to be campaigning at 47.
No, my point is, how many fights does he have total?
Oh, yeah, my bad. I had to go on my rant though. You know,
I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. How many fights he got total?
Every now and then. I'm sorry.
How many fights he got total?
27.
How many fights Boots got?
28.
How is he not ready?
I just got to go back to its levels to it.
How's he not ready? How do we know what level he's on? He ain't been in there with nobody they say on Spence level. So put him in there with Spence and let's see what the level is.
Yeah, but then that plays with the timing factor. If he's ready, we ain't got time to be waiting on would the doctor give clearance and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now he's getting ring rust.
Now, like he said though, Asian Math, what did he say last night? He said, "I'm finna be number 3 in the IBF. I'll probably be highly ranked in the WBC. I'll be ranked high in the WBA. Whoever is the guy, that's who I want.
Right.
Whoever I can get first. You gonna give me Crawford? Give me him. You gonna give me Ugas? Give me him. You gonna give me Spence? Give me him. But give me somebody."
It'd be fair to get he get the winner of Porter Crawford.
Yes. Yes.
You don't feel like he'll be leapfrogging some people?
No. Who?
I'm just asking.
Ain't nobody else stepping up. Ain't nobody else stepping up. If they think they better than Boots, won't they call him out? Fight him.
Well, we were gonna bring that up on the live tonight. Somebody did, step to him.
Oh, Blair Cobbs? Come on, man. Blair the Flair?
Who?
Blair the Flair?
Never heard of him.
4 rounds max. Asian Math. 4 rounds max. If he lasts 4.
And that's what they told him. It's levels to this.
Yeah, if he lasts 4.
Hey, look, and I'm gonna tell you bad wardrobe too. You can't be out there telling people you signed the Golden Boy and you wearing a fishnet shirt, homie.
That's Blair the Flair. He's trying to be Ric Flair reincarnated.
Got to put a case on you about that, homie. Got to put a case on you.
He said to beat the man, you got to beat to beat a man. You got to beat the man, right?
Though, but this ain't wrestling. Like Boots kept telling him, this ain't wrestling, homie.
Exactly.
Boots was cool. Boots was trying to play along at first because you can see when the camera pulled up, you can see him dapping him, shaking his hand. And Boots saw it too. And then the camera got close. He was like, and he saw, and Boots said it later. He was like, he said, he came up shaking my head trying to be cool, and then he did his head like this for the cameras and shit. Like he know what's up. Boots is a monster, bro. But he's a class act. I think what's gonna separate him from this pack too. He's flashy. He's flashy with his wardrobe. He's flashy when he box, but he's a class act and he's a gentleman before, during, and after the fight. He can talk that talk and sell the fight. He's not all subdued when you hear him talk, where he's all sounding all, I just want to put on a good fight and I'm gonna just do my best. And nah, he like, man, these boys know what's up. But he's not arrogant though. It don't come across as arrogant. It comes across as more of a supreme confidence, because the eye test ain't lying for me. I don't think the dude is in there capping. But with that, I digress.
Okay, levels to it. Where he at? What about a Sandor Martin? He just came off impressive win over Mikey Garcia.
That won't at 147 though. Sandor Martin said he wanted to go back down in weight because that won't even his main weight. He came up in weight to fight Mikey.
Okay.
For that catch weight, I think.
Well, what about Mikey Garcia? Even though he's coming off a loss,
Mikey went down. He went down from 47.
You got to stop trying to put these fighters in witness protection.
Put
them in there. We got to stop,
bro,
putting these fighters in witness protection. Put them in there. If this guy says, look, when we came up, all of us is a little bit older. When we came up, you didn't hear Marvin Hagler and Muhammad Ali and Ron Lau and Sugar Ray and Thomas Hearns talking about his levels. They said, that's the guy? Y'all say he's the guy? Sign him up.
Yeah. And I said that I said that a few nights ago, about a week ago. You sure right. That's what it was, Once they name got to percolating, it was on and popping.
These welterweight rankings too, man. I want to see what these guys I picked in the world instead of but look, I'm looking at the chat. We got a poll in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, we got a poll in the chat, and the poll is, who should Boots fight next? Simple, right? I only could put 4 choices in. So I said Bud versus Porter, winner, Thurman, Spence, or Ugas. Bud versus Porter winner has 38%, Thurman 31%. 31% of the people want to see him fight Thurman next. Spence, they got Spence in witness protection. They said 19%, but it could be because of the eye. We'll talk about that later, or now. Or Ugas. Ugas is the last person they want to see him fight. Why not?
Well, probably because Ugas got that. He got that fight come now. He got a mandatory. I mean, he's mandated.
Yeah.
He's out.
But he hasn't even agreed to that yet. He don't have a fight schedule. He didn't agree to that.
Oh well, then okay, then okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at Boxer right now. He hasn't agreed to that. Let me share the screen. And
But I
let me share the
thought that
screen too. Cause let's look at, maybe we should look at the rankings. So let me look at the rankings. I'll put that on the screen for you and the audience as well. And let's see where these guys rank at, because that'll tell us a lot too. Ugas, he's number 3. Ugas is number 3 in the world. All right, so they got Spence. Let me blow this up some. They got Spence as number 1. Crawford is number 2. Ugas, Danny's number 4. Kell Brook is number 5. Damn, where's Thurman rank? Is this the world? What is this? Let me make sure. Pro boxing, either stands, world, welterweight, male. Yeah. Damn, where's Thurman at? Damn, Thurman. Where's Keith Thurman on this list?
You don't get a ranking if you ain't fought in 2 years.
Damn, that's what it is. Or you being facetious? Like, is he up here? Wow, no, he's not even ranked right up here.
He hasn't fought in 2 years and don't have a fight schedule. What you want a ranking for? Nobody even knows if he wants to fight.
Josh Kelly. Damn, Keith Thurman. Yeah. So Keith Thurman out here basically with no rankings trying to sell his name. Why? So hold up. So we keeping Keith Thurman as fans, we still hold Keith Thurman pretty high, right? Even though he hasn't fought? Yes or no?
well, he only got that one loss.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's only lost to Pacquiao. He's beaten everybody else. He's beaten Porter. He's beaten Garcia. They say those guys are the gatekeepers, litmus test for the welterweight division, which I don't understand. I don't understand how you got a guy ranked so high that loses all the time. Porter loses all the time. Garcia loses all the time. So how really good are they?
Yeah.
Damn, man. When you say all the time, they don't lose all the time, Shawn. You being a little harsh now, homie.
Every time Danny Garcia or Shawn Porter has stepped up in competition, please tell me what happened.
Shawn Porter won the championship, man. He was a champion, homie.
I say again, every time Shawn Porter, since we don't focus on him, every time Shawn Porter stepped up in competition, what happened?
He fell short, because I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people didn't even know who Kell Brook was like that, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Did he not beat Shawn Porter easily though? Unanimous decision.
Right.
So how really good is this guy?
Was it unanimous? I don't know if it was unanimous, but I know he.
Go back and check it out. You got the screen right there. I think it was a unanimous decision.
Look, I'm looking at this list right here. Shawn Porter isn't up here neither. So these guys are basically, when we always talking about rankings, we got to be careful with that, because the guys y'all asking for to get into the fights aren't even ranked. Keith Thurman. I don't even see Shawn Porter up here, because when was Shawn Porter last fight? Errol Spence? I mean,
no, he fought for Mello.
For Mello.
So let me see that.
But Shawn Porter's number 2 in the WBO, I think.
Okay, so yeah, we got to go by. I guess we got to go by.
And Ortiz is right behind him, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Ortiz was what? Yeah, Shawn Porter's number 1 in the WBO, and Shawn Porter's number 2 in the WBC, I believe.
Okay, because yeah, right here they're not showing me that. Let me see. Let me click over here. Click Shawn Porter. Click Terence Crawford. He's fighting Shawn Porter next. See right here, they got him listed as inactive over here, but they do have him as a coming up fight. Oh yeah, because look, he hasn't fought since 2020, August 2020. That layoff is crazy, bro. And he fighting in November. Yeah, man, that layoff going. I don't know how I feel about that layoff. What's that? 15 months? 15-month layoff. But I guess it got to be a fair fight, because Crawford. When was Crawford last fight? Crawford last fight was okay. He fought.
Killed.
Yeah, he fought. So he's coming off for almost. He's gonna have a 12 months versus 15 months. That's a fair fight, right?
I mean, yeah, they done signed, and they well, I don't know if Porter training, he was at the Boots fight last night. From what I heard, he was campaigning for Boots to be the next opponent after he get the WBO strap. I don't know how true all that is.
Hey, King Asian Math, can I ask you a question, brother?
Yes, sir.
How highly do you rank Robert the Ghost Guerrero and Adrian Granados?
Right now, at once upon a time, you know, they were formidable welterweights. We going back 5 years ago, but right now, they subpar gatekeepers.
Those are the only two people that Danny Garcia has beat at 147 pounds.
Red Cash or whatever you want to call his name.
How highly do you rank him?
I don't know. To me, he beat. You know, but no, he's.
That's the same guy that quit against Regis. Now, don't forget that.
Exactly. So no, they don't crack the top 15.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't understand why people be trying to hype up Danny Garcia like he's some monster. He's not that.
Well, it's based on what he did at 140.
Okay, well, how come what Bud did at 140 becoming undisputed doesn't count?
No, I mean, once again,
we can't have it both ways. Is what I'm saying. We can't have it both ways.
I get it, but I never used that for Danny Garcia. You know, what he did at 140 that makes him great at 147. You know,
he ain't won a fight at 140. He ain't won a legitimate fight at 147. He hasn't. I mean, that's just the facts.
He jumped in the ring when Earl got his victory, and he was like, "I'm next," and Earl looked at him like, "Dude, is this really what you want?" You know what I'm saying? But you say you're ready. Okay, cool. So, you know,
and Earl beat him 10-2 or 11-1 in some people's eyes. In my eyes, he beat him 11-1.
At 70. Right. At 70%.
So how good is Danny Garcia, really?
You're right. But I think he'd be a good test for Boots. See where he at. You know what I'm saying?
Don't go past 6, King Angel Man.
Don't go past
6. Don't go past 6.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Now, after that, I mean, I don't want him sitting around waiting to see what's going to go on with Spence's medical report. If he's saying, hey, his iron is hot, he ready to get in there and mix it up. I don't want to be sitting around waiting on that. You know what I'm saying? You know, he should have a fight ready by the beginning of next year. If he was talking about December. The guy from Showtime was like, hey, we could bring him back on the December bout. He only fought one round. He didn't even fight the whole 3 minutes.
Exactly. And I'm with you. I'm 100% with you, brother. The man say he ready, but see, it takes two to tango. We all know this, number one. And number two, we all know about the politics of boxing.
True.
And we have to acknowledge the politics of boxing because they do exist.
Oh, say that again. I agree 1,000,000%.
So the biggest question is, do any of these top guys, including Crawford, and as you know, I am the president of the Bud Crawford fan club.
Vice president.
Oh yeah, I'm right behind Mark. Right. Including Crawford, will they step up and fight this kid? I don't know if they will.
Well, there's always the Americans and the Kell Brookses and all the so-called gatekeepers out there that he can entertain. Just stay busy until I don't see what Thurman is really the prime. Him and Thurman and Ortiz, just to keep it really, really cool. Of where I saw him, so from my eye test of him, those are the two opponents right there to say, okay. If I get one more victory, got to be one of these two guys. Then it's hands down title shot, Or if he could get if he's really ready, Go ahead and get the Ugas fight. That would make it real interesting. Now people got to come there. Everybody talking about being undisputed. Now you got to come through Boots. So I wouldn't have a problem with him getting the Ugas fight. But I thought Ugas was already penciled in to be fighting what's his name?
Yeah, Ugas got standing owner's problem, so he got to get rid of that first. Because as we saw last night, just because they say you're gonna win doesn't mean you are. Because Butayev beat him down and stopped him.
Oh my God, did he beat him up or not? Damn.
Yeah, them body blows was vicious.
Yeah, I heard him talking to his corner. His corner was like, "How you feel? You all right?" He was like, "My legs." It was like, "What?" He was like, "My legs, but it's all right though." I was like, "Your legs are gone because of them body shots, homie. Your legs are gone because of them 14 months out of the ring, and not getting that timing right, popping that like his jab just was. It was a non-factor, homie. That jab was a non-factor. He could, and the power. The dude had no fear for his power. I think he hit him with like 4 consecutive uppercuts, like in the second round. That's when your power is supposed to be the strongest. Dude ate them shits. Jamal James threw like another 5-punch flurry, probably hit him once out of that, and then start getting tagged. Like he had little to no resistance for this guy. The guy, he had nothing for him. But with that, I digress. I pass the mic. If you guys want to call in, give me your take. 678-381-1938, 678-381-1938. Or you could join the panel. We got a couple more minutes before before we shut it down. But go ahead.
Well, that's gonna be the big talking point all through November. What's next for Boots? And here it goes. Lights, camera, action. People about to start painting their narratives and all that. About to be fun talk. So
come on, man. But look, don't protect Errol Spence. He said, "I'm number 3 in the IBF. I want Spence." Don't protect him. Errol Spence said, "I don't want no tune-up. I want a top guy." Ugas got a fight, allegedly. I think he's going to take the fight because I think he wants that championship purse, and he wants to defend that super title. So I believe he's going to
It's been ordered by the WBA, Mark, so he has no choice. Either take the fight or be stripped.
He always got a choice. You can do it.
No, not in this case. When the sanctioning body says this is the fight we order, you take the fight or you're stripped.
That's what I
One
said.
or the other.
That's what I said. That's what I just said. I just said, yeah, you always got a choice. You can give up that belt. You know what I'm saying? Or you can defend that title, get the champion's purse. And,
exactly.
Yeah,
you're right, brother.
Yeah. Just but I get it. I hate that people keep saying they doing Boots wrong. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. About the sanctioning bodies all meeting together to try to get some kind of order. We'll talk about that tonight too.
Then that'll be an interesting scenario. Just say that plays out with the WBA. Ugas fights Stathionis, and then Batiev gets that winner. I don't know what's the timeline with that, how that would play out. By then, Crawford Porter fight be long history. So should Boots wait on that WBO or that WBA?
Nah, he number 3 in the IBF. Fight Spence. Let's go. You still left out. You left out the WBC. Still going through. IBF.
We don't know his time. Yeah, no, that's cool. That's not protection because what, like Shelton Moore just say, with the politics in place, that politics kept Spence from the Pacquiao fight. And people say, "Oh no, it was an injury." The doctor said this, that, and third. Spence refused to believe that his eye was that hurt. Politics has come. No, dude, you're hurt. Sit back. We giving it fight to somebody else.
That's an eye injury. Yeah, that's an eye injury. You don't play with that.
Shelton Moore, I'm gonna let you go. I just want to read this chat.
That's not how you see it, Shelton.
He said, "Never hoid of him."
Yeah, that's that lying ass Thurman. But yeah, the good thing for Boots is this, fellas. Crawford and Porter fighting what, 21 days?
Yes.
They fighting 21 days, right?
Yeah, 20 days in a wake up.
So that means that December, January, February, March, April is a perfect time for Boots to get the winner. That's 5 months off. You got time for a training camp. Crawford and Porter, whoever wins that fight, got time for a training camp. That's a perfect time to keep it going. Because let's look at my man, my favorite fighter fighting today, Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford's 34 years old. Your legacy is already set. Your legacy is already set. Now it's time to go after this bag. That's one reason I don't think Boots will get that fight. I think Crawford needs to be looking at the
big money fight.
Josh Taylors of the world, the Errol Spences, the Ugases, the big money fights, the Virgil Ortiz, because that's a huge fight in Texas. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But Virgil Ortiz already said that, look, he wants to fight, but his people are saying no.
Well, that's his people. I mean, they with him every day. And you know, like I said earlier, I said again,
and I think he hurt himself. Hold on, Sheldon Moore. He hurt himself after that big fight. All the lights are on him. He got the and they got the camera on him, and they said, "Hey, we got Bud Crawford here." Blah blah blah. He said, "You know what he said in front of everybody? I don't know if I'm ready, but I want that fight." Come on, bro. That sounds like Martin Nash can say that shit, and you know what I'm saying. I can say that. I don't know if I'm ready, but I want the paycheck.
But that's the but see now, I'm gonna say this, Mark. I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
That's the respect that Bud Crawford has in boxing circles. You know, he don't have it too much with the fans and the YouTube streets and all that. But in boxing circles, they know who this dude is. And Virgil told the truth. I don't know if I'm ready for that dude, but I want to fight. I love that. Fuck if I'm ready or not. I want to fight. I love that kid for that.
Hey, look, we got somebody new to the show. Welcome to the neighborhood. His name is Huntsville. What up?
What up? What up? Hey, what's up, guys?
Talk to me, man. What's your name? Where you calling from? Or where you beaming in from?
I'm beaming in from Huntsville.
Okay, what's
Alabama?
good, man? Welcome, man. Thank you for your time. Thanks for your energy. What you got for this topic, man? Did you see the fights last night?
I did. I think we probably need to put some reality into this. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. For starters, Earl's not going to fight. Boots' next fight will not be against Earl. That's the reality. Now, last night, Boots said that since it was just a one-round fight, he'd like to get back. He could get back in December. Well, does Showtime have dates in December? Because those dates are already, etched in stone. So, if you want to get back in December, and you don't want another Thomas Delorme, and you're number 3 in the IBF, you will have to bypass the number 1 guy. Well, the number 1 guy has been sitting on the IBF number 1 for over a year, which means you might have to pay that guy handsomely to either A, fight you, or to B, step aside. So I think that name is the guy right there next to Boost, Abdul Korabo. Yeah, he's been IBF mandatory for a while. So you may have to shell out $1 million to him to fight him in December or to get him to step aside. Other than that, you're not going to be an IBF number 1. That is just the reality. So the Earl fight is not going to happen. Now, as far as the WBA side, they turned down that unification with Earl because for years...
Go to the WBA. Let me go to the WBA. Okay, I got the WBA right here.
Yeah, for years we've been complaining that WBA got too many belts. Well, I saw an interview with the actual WBA president, and he said he's going to bow to the pressure of the fans and just has 1 belt. And now in the United States, they're not going to recognize them unless they have 1 belt. So they decided to have these tournaments, and Ugas is part of that tournament, which is why he couldn't fight Earl. The WBA said that. Now, based on what happened last night with Jamal James losing, the guy who beat Jamal James is in line to fight the winner of Ugas and his opponent early next year. That's just the reality of it. So Boost is going to have to find a title eliminator somewhere because he's not going to wait. We don't know Earl's eye situation. I've had surgery on both my eyes for a retina issue, and it's nothing to play with. Uh, so Boots, I mean, I don't want him to get too aligned with PBC because they have a habit of their fighters fighting only once a year.
Huntsville, can you speak up just a little bit? The audience is agreeing with me. You are a little low. Can you just speak up a little bit?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We just saying they just say you sound low. Just speak up a little bit.
Okay. My point is that
There you go.
you're gonna have to jump over the IBF mandatory who's been sitting there waiting for his title shot.
Yeah. We got that point.
Yeah, and so Boots either is gonna have to pay this guy $1 million to fight him soon, or pay him $1 million step aside. He's just not gonna step aside for chump change. He's gonna want his shot at Earl. We don't know when Earl is coming back because, like I said, I just had retina surgery for both my eyes, and you just don't play with that.
Fair
Uh,
enough.
so what would be the next logical step for Boots? You fight anybody put in front of you just to stay busy. The guys are not going to fight him, especially after last night. The top guys, Crawford and Bud, they got something going on in December.
They the same person. Yeah,
Well,
they
Crawford
do.
and
Porter, I got you.
Porter.
I got you.
Okay, if you looked at the rankings, you notice they're putting Virgil Ortiz ahead of Boots in those rankings. That's telling you politics is getting inside of this. And Virgil Ortiz, I think, is number one in WBO, number
Let me
one
go right here. I got
WBC.
you. He number
Yeah.
one in the WBO.
Yeah.
And he's number 4 in the IBF. So he's under Boots in the IBF though.
Yeah,
So
I think that's the only one he's under Boots on.
yeah.
Yeah, but they're putting him in line to get a title fight before Boots. That's just the political reality of it. And so Boots just has to stay busy, regardless of who they put in front of him,
Fair enough.
and don't sit down and just wait on these guys to fight you because they haven't been wanting to fight you to begin with.
All right. What Shelton Moore, King Age Matt, what y'all think about Huntsville? Appreciate you, Huntsville.
Oh, he's absolutely right.
Yeah, he's
absolutely right.
but I feel with a keep busy fight, it has to have former championship attached to it. You know what I'm saying? At the least, to keep cachet on his name. So that's why I was, bringing up Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia already said he's not going to fight him. They couldn't even get him to spar. Danny Garcia said he is not going to fight Jaron Ennis. That is the reality.
Well,
and Danny Garcia is talking about moving up to 54.
Yeah, he's not going
to don't understand that at all. I don't understand that. You couldn't win at 47
because he said
you couldn't win at 47. So
I'm telling you, I heard him say it. He said, I don't feel strong at 47. He said this standing beside, if you can find that interview online, is him, Bud Crawford, and Demetrius Andre. They all together. And they doing a post fight. They just doing, somebody called them at a fight together, right? And he was like, damn, these guys about my size. That y'all gonna move up to 60 or what? And then he says, Danny said, I'm thinking about moving up to 54. And they was like, word. He was like, yeah, I don't feel strong no more at 47. And maybe that draining because these guys walk around big anyway. I'm hearing a lot of background noise. That must be Sheldon. But go ahead, Sheldon. Give me your take on this. So I can put you on mute because that audio is already it was good before, but it's a lot of background now. Give me your take
these
on
damn
that,
kids and these mini bikes. But
he said he don't feel strong at 54 though. I mean 47. Because these guys be blowing up in weight. They be 30, 40 pounds sometimes over the fighting weight.
Let's look at the landscape of 54.
All right, let me scroll down. My bad, scroll up. Let me scroll up. There we go. Facts only, homie. That's how we do it over here. Facts only. Let's put it on the screen. Let you decide. I think I don't see maybe he can beat Jerry Hurd. He can't beat Laura. I don't know what Lubin kind of chinny. I don't see him beating Harrison just because of the skill set and all the physical attributes. Yeah, man. I don't know what he's doing, man. He might just be up there. This might be his last hurrah.
Man.
I don't see him beating none of these dudes.
There it is. I don't either. So that makes no sense.
And
I
this
think
Costa
Danny needs
son
to
right here, he might can give Costa a good fight, make a nice check. If he beat him, he did good. If he lose, shit, he got a nice check for it.
Exactly. That's
He might give Fondora a good fight.
Yeah, but the question is, can these fights be made?
Just speak up, Huntsville, because you are definitely a lot lower. Just speak up.
All right. Can these fights be made?
I mean, yeah, the fights can be made. Definitely the fights can be made because it should be easier to make these fights. It ain't no titles.
Right, but
with them lower level guys versus Danny Garcia, they'll take the fight to beat up a little Danny who ain't got no pop coming up in their weight class. Yeah, I think they'll take the fight.
Yeah, they'll take the fight, but I think Danny is just selling wolf tickets. I don't think he's going to 54.
Thank you. I've been out down there chewing my tongue out of my mouth.
Danny is selling wolf tickets because Danny know what you just alluded to, that these guys would beat Danny. Danny's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Part, Huntsville.
Danny is stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Okay, we rolling past. It's not like people ain't done start getting on Boots' trail. It's people now. He want to stay busy. People done started calling him out. So is it time that he addressed them? Does he know he's not going to get a title shot no time soon at 147?
It might be, but you also have to look at the other side of the politics. Is that Boots is aligned with Cameron Duncan and Showtime, and so he's not aligned with PBC. He fights PBC fighters, but Boots is promoted by Cameron Duncan, who founded Bud, and Showtime. So Boots is not gonna. Boots doesn't want to keep fighting Thomas Delorme's. He might have to in the next, 1 or 2 fights. But he's sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place now as far as a title shot. Because the guys have not been wanting to fight you because, like y'all said earlier, the fanboys don't know who Boots is, but the box.
Oh, the fanboys know who Boots is because they protecting their favorite fighter from him. 100%.
True.
They saying he not ready. He not ready. Like Shelton Moore said, who are we to tell them they not ready? Ain't it right, Shelton? Go ahead. Get in here.
Yeah, I mean, we talking about these guys who at this point, in my opinion, are basically irrelevant in the division. Boots needs to be looking at the winner of Stanionis Ugas, the winner of last night Butayev. Any of those guys, those fights can be made. Tom Brown just told you in the interview.
What he say? Say it again. What he say? You got some noise.
Tom Brown just told you guys at the Porter Crawford press conference. He just told you guys that the fighters want the fights. The fights can be made. He just told you that. Tom Brown's a promoter for PBC. He said if the 2 fighters want to fight, the fights can be made. So I don't understand why people keep saying this fight can't be made, that fight can't be made. If the guys want to fight him, the fights can be made. The question is, do these guys want to fight him? And I say no.
Shell, you got a loud beeping noise as you talking. Something is beeping as you talking. It's like, do y'all hear that too? It's like it's beeping as you talk. So I don't know what you changed with your audio, but it definitely changed and it's picking up a lot of stuff. It was like beeping as you're talking, but we caught the gist of it. At the end of the day, man, this is we're gonna talk about this more tonight. This is just doing a little pop-up episode, man. I definitely see some big fights out there for this kid, Boots Ennis, man. Like I said, he's a good person, man. I think he's in that ring, he's special. And when I met him, he was super humble, super respectful. He was in the middle of another interview, and so I ended up interviewing his father. I think he was actually interviewing with somebody from the network, but so I had to fall back. They had priority, right? They paid for the banner, or their name is on the banner, so it's cool. So I chopped it up with his pops, and then but more importantly, I talked to him, and we had a conversation, and we was talking, and at that point, it ain't no. This is not the camera on shit. You just talking to him man to man, and you talking to him about boxing. We talking about the uniforms, and you learning about, you seeing his personality. It ain't no with the camera on type shit. You get what I'm saying? Cause we all walked out together and we all walked to the parking lot. We was just still talking boxing. Then I realized, hold up, you that fan that's don't walk them all the way to the cart. Leave them alone. You know, next thing was like, so where y'all going to eat after this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, let me get the hell out of here. So then I started bothering Luis Arias and got an interview with him for Kyle, and then end up walking with him, and Kyle was walking with him. I said, Kyle, we ain't got to go this way. I was like, let's go that way. He was like, well, ain't your car here? I was like, yeah, I don't even want to walk that way. I look like Luis Arias sped up or something, like you think we followed him. I said, let's just slow down and wait right here for a little bit. But he ended up coming on the show and doing the interview. But super cool dudes, man. They both were super cool. I wish Boots Ennis nothing but the best. I don't see him getting in there in December though, especially if he's saying I want one of the top guys. Who you gonna fight in December? I mean, Thurman ain't gonna take him. I don't think Thurman will take him next, or Thurman won't take him without a tune-up. Thurman is at this point, I think he looks at himself higher than some people think he is, man.
Well, under the logic that we all done spoke on, and the consistent steady saying he's ready for a title shot or a title bout, the only sense that make is the winner between Crawford and
He said, yeah, he wanted. No, his dad said by the end of next year. Right here, he's saying I want the top name. So he wants some top names. They don't have, because right now it's only 3 champions. One of them is injured. One of them has a fight scheduled in less than 20 days, and the other one has another fight that he has to commit to or get stripped in less than 30 days.
So putting them in,
there's no champion available for him right now.
No, we're talking about
hold on, let me finish. But it is some other top names. So if he wants to get in there in December, none of those guys are going to be available for him. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, you got the floor.
Yeah, we're just saying in the foreseeable future, in the most logic, if he just want to wait on a title shot or one of those big names, seems like the order would be first, because the Porter Crawford fight is just next month. Well, pretty soon we could say, you know, tomorrow be this month. Then the winner of Ugas Staciones, and then, you know, the jury's still out on Earl Spence side.
Even after Ugas Staciones, he got another fight he got to do. He got to fight the winner of, I think he got to fight. He got to also fight the winner of the Jamal James and that fight that happened last night, because they condensing all of them belts.
Yeah,
so his next 2 fights are already set. Ugas, so that's not in the foreseeable future.
I got an opponent.
Go for it.
Somebody who's been talking trash lately to Boots, just has to stay busy in December. Custio Clayton.
We'll talk about it. That's a good one. We'll talk about it. But look, I gotta go help Mrs. Nash get these groceries in here. Man, I love you guys. Love what y'all doing. Y'all cook up, man. I'll be right back though. Let me see what's going on out here. And let me see if I need.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier, Huntsville and King Asia Math. We talking about all these guys who are irrelevant in the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying? The question is, will the guys that can help Boots' career fight him? And I say no, they won't, because they haven't been interested in before. Now, if someone can come up with a whole big old bag of money to get one of these guys to step in there with Boots, they'll do it. But other than that, I'm with Huntsville. He's not getting a shot.
Well, I think Showtime might put up the money. It'd be a big marquee fight to get him in there with the winner, Crawford Porter, because the timeline, he just won last night. Their fight is 3 weeks from now. It works, you know, it works good.
That's not going to happen. Let me say why. Let's just say, for the sake of this discussion, that Bud wins that fight, which I think he will, December 20th. Bud is not going to.
No, it's November
20th. Bud is not going to want to risk his title against someone who doesn't have a title.
But any of the other champions should do that.
No, but I'm saying you mentioned the
Right,
particular
right,
winner.
right, right, right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm
We
staying on that. I'm saying that is
okay.
not going to happen with Boots.
Okay.
So either Boots is going to wait on the sidelines and wait for one of these guys to fight him, which hasn't and probably won't happen without a mandatory, or he got to stay busy fight, and Castillo Clayton would be an ideal opponent to keep his mouth shut. Uh, he like I said, he's stuck between a good rock and a good hard place, but you can't wait on these guys because you'll be fighting once a year like they are.
Yeah. Are you subscribed to this channel, Huntsville, or you just ran across it and pulled up?
I'm making the rounds, but I can subscribe to it.
Yeah, I wanted you to pull up and repeat, what you just said tonight. If you
Okay,
could,
no problem, no problem.
yeah, that'd be real cool because you know that was real interesting what you just said.
Yeah, I tried to tell people about Boots a year and a half ago. I said I see another Roy Jones. I said I see another one. I, I I said I'm telling you what I see. I said you better get this Amazon stock while it's $50 before it gets to 4,000.
Right.
That's real talk, brother. And I agree. The problem is, you know, I just think that's just politics in boxing, like you were stating earlier. We got to start putting these fighters in witness protection. You know what I'm saying? Errol is the one running around here saying no tune-ups. I want champions. I want the top guys. Well, if you want to come off a year and a half layoff and jump in there with the top guy, have at it. It's probably not going to end well for you. You need a tune-up fight, brother. Stop listening to YouTube and these fans and all these people telling you how great you are. You are 32 years old coming off 2 injuries, a car accident and a retina repair. You need a tune-up.
Yeah, he
Then
needs
that
to tune up. He needs to tune up.
then that put the boots. As far as Spence goes, that put the boots in, still on high, a longer hiatus.
Why you say that? How is a guy with no title not a tune-up fight?
He still got to fight this mandatory.
He don't have to. He ain't fought him all this time. He don't have to. You can pay him again. You been paying him before. You can pay him again.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll see.
And that's what I was saying earlier. But that Boots, he can pay this mandatory guy a million and a half to either step aside or to fight him. It'll be more money than the guy ever made. I mean, he's been inactive, I think, for the last year, waiting on the IBF. So this way, you got to find some way to get this IBF guy out of the way, because as long as he stays at number one, that's the roadblock.
I think Showtime would be willing to put up the money.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree.
Well, fellas, it was great talking to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about the fights last night. I'm excited about things going forward. Asian Math, I will pull up tonight, but I'm finna watch this football game right now, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.
So,
Yeah, I'm out too, man.
all right, take care, y'all.
All right, brother.
All right, take care. See y'all tonight.
God bless. God bless. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all time and energy. Yeah, man. I see y'all tonight, man. Thank y'all so much for your time, your energy. Yo, shout out to son Crawford for the donation, man. I appreciate you. Let me hit you with the drop. Thank you so much. And shout out to my guy Perfect Timing Podcast. Thank you so much for the donation, guys. I really appreciate the love and support. And yeah, man, I see y'all later on tonight, man. I'll drop the link and I'll create the thumbnail. King Asian Mav, holler at me on the phone later, man. Appreciate
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm gonna reach out to Major Key as well. I definitely want to hear his intake on all this.
Absolutely. Well, It's been another great episode of Breaking the Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you and I feel like squeezing into those letters. Remember, it's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly, y'all, because life is serious enough. My name is Mark Nash. I will see y'all later on, man. Remember, dreams require sleep. Goals require effort. Go out there and get your goals. I'm about to go in and help Mrs. Nash put up these groceries. And, yeah, probably go cut the grass and all of that good stuff. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace. Peace.
This that squad sound.